Okay, today we're going to look at another mess that Jesus turns into a miracle, and that is the Gadarene demoniac. Okay, and that comes in Mark chapter 5. It comes again also in Luke 8, but we're going to look at Mark. So everyone would have looked at him and said, he is a lost cause. He's too far gone. Nothing can be done for him, Jesus. He's such a mess. He lives in the tombs. He doesn't wear clothes. I'm sure he didn't take showers. He was really a mess. He was bound. They had chains bound on him. And he was so strong. It was like the Hulk, you know, he would just break the chains. And the people were scared of him. Even though they had tried to isolate him and keep him alone, they literally had a person to keep guard around him so that he wouldn't hurt anyone, right? But in the nights, he would be crying out day and night, and he would be cutting himself with stones. So you know what? He was in such a terrible place. He was possessed by so many demons. But you know what? You may not be possessed by so many demons, but you may find yourself in the middle of a mess, and people may have given up on you. And you may feel like, you know what? I've been in jail, or I have a bad reputation, or I have a failed marriage, or failed relationships, or I've lost in love, or you know what? Maybe you lost a job. Maybe, you know, you've got a drinking habit or smoking habit, or you hurt yourself to try to cope with the pain. You find yourself in the same kind of a mess that this demoniac was in. But you know what I want to say to you? Jesus was not scared of his mess. And his mess is worse than your mess. And if he was not scared of that mess and he could fix it, I'm telling you today, Jesus can bring you a miracle in the middle of your mess, wherever you are right now. And if that's you, I just want you to say that right now. Jesus can give me a miracle in the middle of my mess. Now, how do I know that? Well, because you know what? Jesus doesn't want you to hide behind a mask of, oh no, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But behind the doors, a whole other world is going on for you. Jesus was not afraid of him, and he is not afraid of your mess. And he did not have to fast and pray for 40 days or call 20 friends and ask them to pray before he could meet that demoniac. All he said was, come out. Come out. And the demons came out. We all know they begged him, please, please, please send him into the pigs. They were so much at his mercy. And you know what? Jesus said the same authority that God had given him, he gives to us. So we don't have to be bound and chained and in such a terrible place. We have that authority in us to send away any demonic dark spirit that's trying to torment you. And you know what? I want to say to you that Jesus wants to call you out of that mess. He does. He wants to do a miracle for you in the middle of your mess. He wants to set you free. And let's jump down now to verse 18. That same man who was a naked, stinking, crazy mess, angry, violent mess. You know what? By verse 18, just these two words of Jesus, come out. He was totally set free in his right mind, and he wanted to go with Jesus in the boat. His heart was so touched by this man, by these two words. He wanted to follow Jesus. He didn't need to know Jesus' letter of recommendation. Where did you go to call it? He was ready to follow. Jesus said, nope, go back to your village and tell them your testimony of what's happened, because they knew him. And now they could see such a transformed life. And so you know what? Going that second mile, first of all, Jesus wants to set you free from that mess. And it doesn't matter how big it is, he can do it. And number two, after he sets you free, he wants you to share that testimony, because there's so many people around you who are broken, who need to know that our God is living and active and strong and powerful, and there's no mess he can't deliver you from. So let your testimony be a light and a glorious truth of his goodness in every situation.